Global warming changes of the world. Global warming is a phrase that most everyone knows about or has heard of. It has been a very controversial issue over the past few decades. Global average temperature has risen. Over the past 100 years, the global average temperature has increased by approximately 0.6 Celsius and is projected to continue to rise at a rapid rate. The world is changing due to global warming, which affects plants, animals, and the ecosystem. Weather conditions, climate, and many parts of the ecosystem are changed by global warming. Almost every country in the world except the United States has signed the Kyoto Protocol, agreeing that global warming is a problem. There are many people advocating for the cause of global warming, from political icons such as Al Gore to celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, in hopes of educating the community on the devastating issue. One of the biggest contributions to global warming is the greenhouse effect. Greenhouse gases throughout our ecosystem cause the greenhouse effect. According to dictionary.com, the greenhouse effect is an atmospheric heating phenomenon caused by short-wave solar radiation being readily transmitted inward through the Earth's atmosphere. An example of events that create greenhouse gases are things like deforestation and burning fossil fuels. Increased greenhouse gases have increased global temperature. The effects of global warming are wide-ranging. Human-induced warming of the Earth's climate is emerging as one of the most major scientific, social, and economic issues of the 21st century as the effects of climate change become evident in everyday life in locations as varied as small island nations of the Pacific Ocean and the shores of the Arctic Ocean. Johansson 1. These things that are caused by greenhouse gases are things we use in our everyday life: production, consumption, and transportation. Our daily activities, production, consumption, and transportation cause global warming, which is showed through Figure 1. Global warming also will and has affected things like food, freshwater, coastline damage, and fire. Not only does global warming damage our ecosystem, but it will also in the future. As it melts and oceans levels rise, coastlines in low-lying areas like New Orleans, Miami, and New York are threatened. If the Earth's climate warms by 2 or 3 more degrees by 2100, global sea level will rise 3 feet, displacing about almost 56 million people around the world. Line 24 through 26 date year. If people around the world do not spread the word about helping the prevention of global warming, the world will truly be affected as it could lead to death. Global warming has affected our world since the early 1900s and will keep affecting our world if we do not change our ways to prevent global warming. Global warming also has had a major impact on wildlife, plants, and animals. It has changed behaviors, extinction, and many other factors to wildlife around the world. For example, global warming has affected one of the most endangered species, the polar bear. In a recent hearing for global warming, the Committee of Environment and Public Works stated that the director of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has identified a warming climate and the resulting melting of sea ice as the primary reason polar bears may now be threatened as a species and may be in fact endangered as a matter of law. These key elements for animals to survive are fresh water, the right temperature, and food. Each of those elements is affected by global warming. Due to the melting ice and sea level, it is hard for polar bears to survive in an environment that they are not made to live in. As the ice melts, there becomes no place for the polar bears to rest and be on land. The only option for them is to be in the water and swim. Polar bears are not able to swim for a long period of time, which means many of them do not survive if they cannot find land or ice to rest. Figure 2 demonstrates how global warming affects animals in their habitat, and in this case, polar bears. Other animals that are affected by global warming include animals such as sea turtles, whales, penguins, seals, lobsters, and fish. The main factor that affects all the animals listed is the changing climate and sea level. New England Aquarium research and staff worry about the negative effects global warming are causing animals. The warming climate is changing the ocean's ecology to such a degree that the survival of seals and their young has increasingly become a concern for marine biologists, according to the New England Aquarium. Global warming is truly the leading cause of the problems of the animals due to the change in temperature and rising sea level. Not only are animals affected by global warming, plants are as well. As the temperature increases around the world due to global warming, plant life is affected. Once again, this biggest impact from global warming is the change and increase in climate. Plants are also harmed due to the global warming because of the elevated CO2 levels that are the byproduct of increased temperatures. Plants increased temperatures, which plants are producing more chemicals that break down and lower the levels of protein. As the CO2 levels and temperature keep increasing, plant life cannot adapt as it keeps changing. Figure 3 demonstrates the increasing CO2 level, which is caused by many human activities. If we were able to stop certain human activities, such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation, we could prevent the increasing level of CO2 and help prevent plants from being more affected by global warming. As global warming is such an important and controversial topic, there are many advocates around the world trying to raise awareness for it and helping prevent global warming. People are trying to approach new ways on how to prevent global warming or slow it down. For example, using less electricity and carpooling for transportation are just some of the ways to eliminate greenhouse gases, which are a major effect of global warming. The government is also getting very involved with global warming and trying to find ways to decrease the global warming. The government created a law called the Clean Air Act, which helps decrease pollution, which makes many companies change their products to decrease these problems. Part of the law says that you may not put a certain amount of pollutants in the air. According to this previous article on thinkwest.org, the government insists by that 2015 all products will have a label that states the following: warning, contains or manufactured with the chemical that it would contain, a substance which harms public health and the environment by destroying ozone in the upper atmosphere. With so many people becoming involved, like the government, celebrities, and so many more, there is truly a way to decrease global warming and save the world. Al Gore, former Vice President of the United States, is truly dedicated to raising awareness on global warming. In 2006, the documentary An Inconvenient Truth was made about Al Gore's mission to spread awareness on global warming. This movie truly did spread the word and has been played throughout the world to many different audiences. The more aware the people around the world become on global warming, the greater chance we have to decrease global warming and save the world. Global warming is a topic that is very opinionated and controversial. Whether the sea level is increasing and climate is changing, something is changing around the world. Global warming is truly affecting our environment, plants, and animals. This devastating topic is something that truly deserves world awareness. Along with help from the government, celebrities, and people around the world, there could truly be a change in global warming.